Savage 2 is kind of a unique approach to this sort of game where you have this combination of action RPG, first-person shooter, and real-time strategy game. Most players sort of play as a sort of like a field unit. They play as sort of one of the units on the field. Traditional first-person shooter with action RPG mix. A lot of MMO players might recognize this as well.
You do have a commander aspect. One player on each team will play an RTS part of the game. And that ties in and meshes in perfectly with everyone else on the field who's an actual unit. And that plays out to be more of a first-person shooter / melee kind of feel, in along the vein of Team Fortress 2 or the Battlefield games. And you can select a class to choose and fight as a ground unit while the commander is seeing an overarching goal and trying to help the team get to that point. So it's very teamwork oriented, and it crosses many barriers and many genres. So it's really kind of hard to pigeonhole.
From the field, you have a lot of different roles that you can play as that sort of action player role. You have you have basic sort of combat, soldiery type of stuff. You have support, building, assisting your team in different ways. You have the whole healer role, which is can keep your team alive for good long periods of time. You also have siege roles, for example. Like, if you want to do a lot of building damage, if your team can put together a Charm Shrine or a Siege Workshop, you can do massive damage to one of your buildings. There's lots of different kinds of roles you can fill. Each of the factions, they don't have equivalent units, like perfect equals to each other, but across all of the different units that they have, all the different playable classes that they have, they will fill all of the necessary roles. So you've got recon and support, harassment, range damage, frontal assault, heavy assault, lots of different things.
To take an example for me, I'll admit it, I'm not a very good action player, I'm not a very good melee player, but what I can do is build crap. And you will see me out there as a builder unit, and I will help get an expansion up. And every player can find a role in the game and contribute. And that's one of the things that's beautiful about it. I may not be able to kill someone as easily and get a real kill streak going on, but I can help defend a garrison. I can lay down a steam turret and help repair an arrow tower and contribute to the team. And some of the other better action players, they'll thank you for it. They'll be grateful as long as you're filling a role. As a healer class, I may go healer class and keep them alive just long enough to be able to get a push through and maybe make a pivotal turn in the game in our favor. It's great. You don't have to be the uber elite, I got 50 bazillion kills in this match player. Now granted, that's awesome if you can. I can mention names. There are a few that I can think of, Exezic, who are just really good at melee units, but that's just one part of it. You can play support classes, you can play siege class, and really get that end game going. If everybody in your team works together and works with the commander, it's epic.